he has been performing constantly in this series. I mean, we have talked a lot about Abhishek Sharma in the previous matches that he has performed really well in the batting side, but in the bowling side, Kuldeep Yadav is our man. He is the one who is constantly giving us the breakthroughs that is required. You know, when the Pakistan was playing, the way their opening batsmen were performing, it seems for a little while that we are looking at approximately 190 on the scoreboard because they were doing exceptionally well. They were thrashing our bowlers. But then comes that magical over of Kuldeep Yadav, you know, and that kind of reminded us of why he is such a reliable player. You know, 3 wickets in an over, that's a big deal. That is a very big deal, especially in matches like that. I hope I'm audible.
Please continue, Kabir. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, so guys, that is the headline of the R India winning by 5 wickets. India winning the Asia Cup for the ninth time as well, the record ninth time. You remember Pakistan has won it only 3 times. Pakistan collapsing for just 145 after being in a very strong position at 113 for two thanks to their openers. But man, the comeback started from them. Yes, India had a slow start in the beginning, and then once you had Tilak Verma step in, he took his time in, he showed you the approach with which you need to play in finals, and then, boy, this 22-year-old from Hyderabad really went ahead and took the game away from Pakistan in manners that he has defined now for and he's also obviously also showed us where Indian T20 cricket is heading next, because Abhishek Sharma, Tilak Verma, these are the players that you're going to be watching as far as this format is concerned for 10 to 12 to 15 years easily. They're both very young, they're both fearless cricketers, and they have shown the world of cricket what Indian cricket has to offer. I believe Kabir is back with us. Kabir, I'm going to be now talking about one person, okay? And I'm going to ask Yash to put that photo that I'm going to be sharing with him on screen for everyone else to see, because that is by far the photo that everyone needs to be watching today. It defines Pakistan cricket. It defines everything that you need to know about Pakistan as well. It defines well the performance that Harris Roth has put in throughout this particular final and the tournament as a whole. So give us a moment and we'll be putting out that photo for you guys as well. But it's it's funny, right, Kabir? Because this was a man who, after getting smashed last time, okay, due after getting literally, Abhishek Sharma played him like a schoolboy last time, okay, and if you're a bowler at that point of time, you are thinking, okay, my job is to focus on the job, to focus on the cricket, not really do any theatrics and antics, not get myself distracted. How professional I'm talking about how a professional cricketer would think in that moment, not getting distracted by anyone in the crowd. But here he's doing all these childish things that only he and his imagination can explain. Today Bumrah showed him how it's done. He literally showed him how it's done.
That was
Okay,
a perfect moment.
before his celebration there was something worth celebrating. So he goes, bowls the Yorker that only Jasprit Bumrah can bowl, takes out all 3 stumps of Harris Rauf, and then shows him what actually happened during Operation Sindoor as well, by the way,
Definitely.
and then does that. Okay, so that is what the point of a celebration is. Okay, firstly you need to have a reason to celebrate, and secondly then you do the celebration.
Surely.
How satisfactory was that? Number one, that celebration of Bumrah. First I'm going to come to Kabir and then to Yash. And secondly, how satisfactory was it when you saw Harris Roth being smashed all over the park by both Tilak Verma and Shivam Dubey?
Well, as you said, that the moment when Bumrah took the wicket of Rauf and did that sign, that is actually something I believe what Pakistan believes in. During the Operation Sindhu too, they were busy in the theatrics. They were busy in portraying things that were not there. And like we did in the Operation Sindhu, Bumrah did in the cricket match too. We actually proved what we are able to. We don't have to give anyone some explanation or a proof of why we did what we did. So it was an absolutely amazing moment, not only for me, but I believe for all the Indians. And as you said that after getting thrashed so badly by Abhishek Sharma, he was celebrating a moment like this. I think that moment he realized that his cricket career is almost over, and it's better if he gets into the theatrics, to have something to run his home. So that was definitely a great moment for India. The way Bumrah played him, the way he bowled him, it was just amazing.
Absolutely. Apologies. I'm gonna ask just to obviously put on that photo as well, because that is pretty much the highlight of the uh, of the match, to some extent for us. Obviously, besides Tilak Verma's performance as well. But there you go. That is the image that I wanted everyone to see, and it's going to be plastered across our screens for the rest of the match, because this is not a player who has just been smashed all across the park by Abhishek Sharma. This is Jasprit Bumrah who has taken Harris Shroff's wicket, taken away all his three stumps by a perfect Yorker, and then is bidding him goodbye. Okay, Yash, now that you put the photo on screen, how satisfactory was this for you to watch?
I would I would call it poetic justice. That's what I would call it. It is poetic justice. It is giving them back what they deserve. The three stumps. The, the it is a theater at the largest, at the biggest scale. It is just beautiful. It is amazing how those three stumps just. It is not easy. It is not easy to get all those three stumps just flying with one ball. It is amazing. And from coming from Bumrah, who has been a very coy boy, who has a very good boy image in the team, coming from him, it is poetic justice.
Absolutely. That little sign is not just taking Harris Shroff's wicket, number one, but it is also taking down Harris Shroff's career. I don't see him having a T20 career after this, for sure. I know he was very promising where he started, because obviously he could bowl 150 kilometers per hour. He was fast, but since then, I can speak for all the Pakistan fans as well. We've seen nothing from Harris Shroff. The last time he played India, Virat Kohli smashed him in those last 2 overs. Now he's been smashed by everyone, starting from Tilak Verma to then Sanju Samson and then Shivam Dubey as well. So this by no means, is someone who should be representing an international cricket team. He's just a joker, you know, who deserves his place in all the famous circuses that are available in Pakistan. Beyond that, I don't see a career, Harris Rauf having a career beyond this. That this is not just Harris Rauf's career, by the way. This is Pakistan cricket as well. That's
Definitely.
how it has gone. That's where it has reached at this moment. Because I remember, even in the 2017 Champions Trophy, we're now 8 years past that Champions Trophy. Yes, obviously there was that one T20 World Cup that we played in England as well. But it is exactly how Surya Kumar Yadav put it. This is not a rivalry anymore. Even at their
Exactly.
best, we beat them by more than 3 balls to go. Yeah, and we beat them rather comfortably, considering the position that we were in the first 5 to 6 overs. Beyond that, after that, I didn't see any. Yes, there was that immediate panic after, for some period after that, but beyond that, I did not see any moment in the game where we thought, okay, this is going to be going downhill. And to some extent, that is due to Tilak Verma as well, and the mentality that he has developed at this stage. Obviously, he plays with Mumbai Indians in the IPL. He has played similar innings. We've seen the board trust him very early, and that is for a reason, because he's deserved that place. It's not about just about his IPL performances. It's also about his Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy performances. He was the first batsman to score three consecutive hundreds in the Syed Mustaq Ali Trophy as well. So this just shows where Pakistan as a country is going. Okay, no matter who and where from the world is trying to save them. Okay, this is their economy, this is their cricket, this is Haris Rauf's career, this is everything that you need to know about Pakistan. Okay, so that we have reached that level now. I'm going to be talking about this photo for some more time. Apologies if we are being repetitive, but I just want this to stay on our screens and this to be remain our focus for the rest of the game, because Jasprit Bumrah has just owned Pakistan. Indian team has just owned Pakistan, and we have just told them, okay, know your place and shut your mouth. That is what we've told them. Okay, so Yash, now coming back to the game. Okay, uh, even when Sanju, the biggest concern that we had before going into this game was that what would happen if Abhishek Sharma does not perform. Okay, and he did not perform. Okay, yes, there was an immediate Surya Kumar Yadav was not being informed. Shubman Gill also got out, but after that, the way our middle order stepped in, okay, and the way our middle order looked comfortable playing, in a very at a point of time where the pitch did not have as much dew as we expected it to have.
Hmm.
So, how much assurance builder this has been, and how crucial was it to show that this Indian team is a complete team, and it is the only team that deserves this trophy across the board.
You, you know, if you remember last time we sat together, we spoke about how India's middle order was the one which wasn't performing very well, and they've just proven us. They've just proven us wrong. They've just said that uh, we are we are the complete team, as you pointed out, right? It it looks like a complete team, and this was the time when the middle order had to step in. This was the time. This was the chance Sanju Samson, Tilak Verma, these guys were waiting for, because they've seen Abhishek Sharma perform, they've seen Suryakumar Yadav perform, they've seen them hit it out in big games, in high pressure situations, winning it for India, and this was their chance. This was the time. Tilak Verma said to himself, "I have to step up. I have to play well. I have to show them who I really am, and I deserve my place in this team. And we as a team
Absolutely.
deserve this
To some extent, that credit also goes to the likes of Virat Kohli, who have showed us what the right kind of attitude that you need to show when you're talking about chasing big in the big games. You know, that is the platform that the likes of Virat Kohli have, and these are the examples that the likes of Virat Kohli have shown to the players of the next generation. You now see it being picked up by players like Tilak Verma and players like Shivam Dube, because this was by far the most convincing middle order chase that we have seen in a very long time, at least from the Indian team. So, Kabir, again, asking you the same question: how reassuring is it when you see a young middle order stepping up in times like this? Akshar Patel didn't even bat. So imagine the firepower that we have in that middle order and then their batting lineup, and how assuring is it for you as an Indian cricket fan going ahead into now the T20 World Cup, where we're going to be defending our title and so on and so forth?
Well, as I said earlier, that this was the game of actually middle orders, and it was really concerning in the whole Asia Cup that our middle order was not performing well. For example, Surya Kumar Yadav, he was not able to put the show that he is known for. The experienced players like Surya Kumar Yadav were not performing well. Abhishek Sharma definitely took a dip after these great matches. It was up to these young lads. Earlier, we used to have players like Yuvraj Singh, MS Dhoni, Suresh Raina in the team. They were the support system. Virat Kohli, they were the support system. We knew that till those players are batting, the game is still ours to win. And after a very long time, I have seen this in the Indian cricket team that after the legends, I must say that after the very experienced legend players were not able to perform, The young lads took it on their shoulders to carry the game, to maintain their calm. And you know, the way they were changing strikes, that is the most important thing in T20 cricket, because you cannot hit on every single ball. You have to wait for the right moment and keep changing the strikes just to avoid the pressure building up of the dot balls and of the increasing run rates. And this is what exactly the young players did today. And they though still have some big shoes to fill, but I think that the Indian cricket is heading in the right way.
Very, very interesting. Yes, Kabir. Also something very interesting that has come in, and I'm going to read out this tweet that has been put out by none other than the Prime Minister of India. And he says, Operation Sindoor on the games field. Outcome is the same. India wins. Congrats to our cricketers. Well, that is something that's going to be. uh, it just goes on and on and on for a Pakistani cricket fan today and a Pakistani today, because they've been completely outclassed on the field. And now, from the highest office in India, trolling has started. We're going to obviously going to be keeping our eyes set on all the Pakistani reactions coming in today and tomorrow over the night, because there's going to be a complete meltdown. Let's not be confused about that even for a second. Uh, Now, I'm going to read out a few more reactions slowly as well, but coming back to the match to talk about actually what happened, and it's going to be very interesting. Uh, we've spoken about the Indian middle order. We've spoken about our bowlers. As far as the first innings is concerned as well. Now I'm going to talk to you about something that's also very important, and that is, well, the fact that we trusted Shivam Dube with the first over in a match and still won the game. How were you worried when Gautam Gambhir made that very difficult choice? And he's made an actually very bold, very difficult choice, because giving the first over to someone like Shivam Dube is like Mahendra Singh Dhoni in 2008 giving the last over to Joginder Sharma. It's exactly that. Okay, so when you saw Shivam Dube bowling that first on the third over, obviously he did a splendid job. But were you now thinking, that we've got something wrong in this game? And because I saw a lot of reactions, and people are actually blaming Gautam Gambhir for not playing Arshdeep Singh, who, by the way, is the number one bowler in the world. So, Yash, firstly coming to you, when you saw Shivam Dube taking the first ball, how were you worried, and how do you think it came out in the end?
It putting up Shivam Dube on the first over reminded me of uh, a quote unquote MS Dhoni captainship. Like if it shows that, come on, it is a strong match, it is a big match, and we know it. So let's not be fussed about it. Let's let's do something new. Let's show them that we can and we will put up our bowlers who are not very uh, not performing very good. So Shivam Dube's performance has been up to question, and but he really pulled his socks up today, and it was jittery.
Absolutely.
It was
Absolutely, we're going to be showing our viewers all the statistics that our teams have pulled together as well very slowly, because it's important to talk in numbers, because that just goes on to show how how convincing this victory actually was. Kabir, now coming to you with a very, I would say, I know even the biggest analysts in the world won't be able to answer this question and might not be able to answer this question. But Kabir, where does Pakistan cricket go from here? Because they've
Uh,
literally tried everything now. They first thought Babar and Rizwan was the problem. They took them out. They brought an entire young team, hoping that they show some different approach. I've seen a bit of it, like 10% of what they hoped for. But now what? Now what do they do? When do they realize finally that the entire system is messed up, and we need to literally overhaul everything about our country, especially when it comes to cricket? What do you think happens next as far as Pakistan cricket is concerned? What if you are the PCB chairman tonight? What are you thinking?
well, I'm no cricket analyst, but as you said before, the image on our screen shows actually the future. of the Pakistan cricket. And it is quite ironical, because the Pakistan cricket in today's condition, Pakistan cricket was famous for their fast bowlers. They really built a dream team. Talking about Imran Khan, talking about Wasim Akram, they were the most feared bowlers. Even the greats like of West Indies used to be afraid of them. There were none other like them. And then Shoaib Akhtar took the command. Took the legacy on. And now the Pakistan cricket is in such pathetic condition. The fast bowlers, the so-called fast bowlers that they have, Shaheen Shah Afridi, the once called the Shahenshah of the cricket at that time, uh, they are being thrashed like they are some gully cricketers, and not just by the team India, but also the other team in the world. In the Asia Cup, we have seen that the Bangladeshis were thrashing them. We have seen the Sri Lankans thrashing them. So definitely, the standard of Pakistan cricket has gone really downwards, and they need an introspective moment. They need a moment where they need to realize that something is very, very fundamentally wrong with our system. They need to have better players. They need to
Absolutely,
focus more on.
uh, yeah, please complete your point, Kabir.
Yeah, I was saying that this is the high time that they should realize that they should focus more on the cricket rather than having theatrics on the field. If they put a little bit more effort into the game, probably they will have a better chance in the future matches.
Absolutely. Now, bringing up, right, diving to those statistics straight away. Most wickets in an Asia Cup. You talk about Kuldeep Yadav, and look at the names that he's uh, surrounded himself with. You talk about Kuldeep Yadav, number one now. Number two, guess who? Lasith Malinga. Number three, Murli Dharan. That's possibly the greatest bowler of all time. Number four, Ravindra Jadeja. Remember, Ravindra Jadeja is a player who hasn't even featured in this team, and India still being so dominant in the Asia Cup. You talk about all these players, and you obviously, we don't talk about Kuldeep Yadav enough. Yes, we have Jasprit Bumrah, who no matter what the pitch is, always steps up. But Kuldeep Yadav on pitches like this is a trump card for any team. Look at what happened today. 22 overs, 26 runs. From there, finishing with figures of 4 wickets taken for just 30 runs. That's absolutely unimaginable in a final, that too out of everything. He's now obviously climbed the ladder. He's number one in the most wickets taken in Asia Cup. How has the turnaround been for Kuldeep Yadav, Yash? We've now seen it happen. Now it sort of feels like there is some culmination happening, but uh, this performance especially shows how much you can rely on him, and how he has consistently stepped up after his comeback. How big a trump card do you think he is for the Indian cricket team?
Kuldeep Yadav shows what Indian bowlers are about, what Indian spin is all about. He has shown that he can carry the legacy of the likes of Harbhajan Singh. He can carry the legacy of the likes of Ashwin. He can carry the legacy of the likes of Jadeja. He has shown us that he can be the Mr. Reliable spin bowler if you want to. If he wants, he is just he as overs go by, Kuldeep Yadav gets better. He ages like a fine wine. He's just his delivery settles, his bowling settles,
नहीं है
and it just
विचार
shows.
ऐसा हो गया तो क्या आपको लगता है
There we have
It just
Sunil, who's
shows
also
that yeah,
obviously joining us. He has his entire setup in Dubai that we're going to be showing you very, very shortly. But yeah, please go ahead, Kabir. Yes.
yeah. So it just shows that uh, Kuldeep Yadav is ready to be the next dependable spinner we have. He had an arc. He completed that arc, and in this his performance in this cup just showed that yeah, I am back. I can go. I can do some serious damage.
Okay, so we're going to be pulling out more of these statistics for our viewers, but obviously there we spoke about Kuldeep Yadav, and his performance in this Asia Cup. He's now taken 19 wickets in this Asia Cup. He's ahead of everyone by a mile. and that obviously he's a contender for that man of the series award as well. Now talking about one more person who's absolutely shocked us and opened our eyes throughout this Asia Cup. You talk about Abhishek Sharma. Big shoes to fill. If you talk about, the other Sharma who he replaced into the Indian T20 lineup. What's that chap's name? Rohit Sharma. Oh,
Rohit
okay.
Sharma.
So Abhishek Sharma, he's obviously now he scored most runs for India in a T20 tournament. We all knew this was always coming because of the performances that he's pulled in the IPL. He's just transformed this game. He's made it his own because of the kind of innings he's played for Sunrisers Hyderabad as well. And now in this tournament, I'm going to read out a statistic for you. Most runs for India in a T20 tournament. In the 2014, Virat Kohli, 319 runs. Then now second is Abhishek Sharma in Asia Cup 2025. Kohli again in 2022 scoring 296 runs. Kohli 276 in 2022. Kohli 273 in 2016. Kohli 257 in T20 World Cup. So it's pretty much now Kohli and Abhishek as far as the most runs for India in a T20 tournament have ever been scored, right? But that in itself is a huge uh, pat in the back for what Abhishek Sharma has done in this Asia Cup. For me, he is the man of the tournament because of the kind of pitches that we saw, the kind of struggle that we saw from every batsman, and he stood out in in those batsmen as well. And what again? I'm going to ask the same question to you now, Kabir. Uh, Abhishek Sharma, do we play him in the ODIs as well? Number one. Number two, how again how assured are you knowing that Abhishek Sharma is going to be playing for us at that opener spot in T20s at least for 10 more years? Kind of pitches that we saw, the kind of struggle that.
Well, Abhishek Sharma, he is the man that, kept us on our seats. He is the man that showed us how exciting T20 match can be. From his IPL days to now in the tournaments like this, the way he batted, one thing that I wanted to point out is that he has what other players don't currently in this format, the consistency. If we talk about this whole series, he consistently performed, unfortunately, except for the last one. And that kind of shows the kind of reliability that the team is building, the team has upon him. When we are looking at the statistics, we are looking at another Mr. Dependable, that is Virat Kohli. And though Abhishek Sharma has some really big shoes to fill, I think he is headed on the right way. Now, answering to your second question, should we play him in the ODIs? I think definitely. After Rohit Sharma, we need a player that can carry the team on his shoulders, that can pave a way. It reminds me of the days of Virendra Sehwag. We knew that when he was opening, he used to score big shots like this. He used to give the start to the team that was required. Then that legacy is being carried by Gautam Gambhir, Shikhar Dhawan, and now it is handed back to Abhishek Sharma. So I think definitely this is a high time as Rohit. Though we support Rohit, I think he has a lot to play still, but he will be a right player to fill his shoes.
Absolutely. I'll be now going across to Sunil, who is joining us live from Dubai. He is there with an absolute legend of the game, Madan Lal, and others along with him as well, talking about today's victory. Let's just listen in.
तो मतलब बदल दूं क्या? अच्छा, मैं बताता हूँ ये कैसे खेला जाता है. मैं इसको बोल रहा हूँ, but they have tried India. They want to show that I'm also belong to the same way where you belong. इसी का याद आता है कि इंडिया इन यूनिवर्सिटी के पास था जो चावला ने उसे दिल्ली तक की डिग्री लाई किया था और उसी के बाद से वो सिटीजन इधर आए थे. अब इसमें ये प्रॉब्लम आ गई है, प्लेंटी आ गई है, प्रॉब्लम है. आप सोचिए, लाइफ को जो मेंटोर दिया, आप ये बताइए, और बिग बॉस में भी जब ऐसा होता है कि अच्छा बंदा बाहर निकलता है,
So
My
yes,
so Sunil there from joining us there from Dubai. They've obviously, you can see the grand setup that we've had there right outside the game as well, discussing the game with the two very senior people as well. So I'm going to try and show you more statistics here as far as Kuldeep Yadav, again the hero of this game, is concerned. Uh, Look at this. I think Pakistan earlier, obviously, Kohli was someone who. So it started with Sachin. Their nightmares began with Sachin. Then the nightmares shifted to Virat Kohli. But now we've entered an era where it's the Indian bowlers that are causing nightmares to Pakistani cricketers. Look at this. In ODIs, 7 matches, 15 wickets, an average of 1 wicket every 14 balls. You shift to T20s, 3 matches in this Asia Cup alone, 8 wickets, an average of just a wicket every 10 balls, economy of 6.58. Pakistan has a new gabbar, let's just say that. Let's just say that the Pakistani kids have a new Gabbar story to tell, or the Pakistani parents have a new Gabbar story to tell, because this is absolutely one-sided. You talk about the economy, you talk about the average, you talk about the performances in this Asia Cup alone. Kabir, now a lot of that also has to do with the fact that not these games are not being played on roads that Pakistan claims to have as stadiums and as grounds. This is actually an a neutral territory. We are playing, most of these games have obviously been played in the UAE. So considering that, next time I think when Pakistan play India, initially you're going to be fearful of Jasprit Bumrah. If Mohammad Shami is playing, that is another headache for them. Then in the middle overs, you have the likes of Akshar Patel and Kuldeep Yadav and Ravindra Jadeja. I'm talking about all formats. We don't play tests with them. Then India and Bumrah as well. And considering the batting lineup that they have, Kabir, coming to you. Before come to you, Kabir, in fact, I'm just going to come to Yash as well. Yash, considering the kind of batting lineup that Pakistan has, you know, are we now expecting more of these games where they just don't show up, and they're going to be more collapses and more numbers for our bowlers and more from Bumrah?
I mean, you can, the way Pakistan is playing and the way their team is set up right now, you can expect that. You can clearly expect that. If they want to be, if they don't want to get, uh, if they don't want to get fined by ICC, they'll have to show up. They'll have to play matches. But if they are okay with getting fined, they would rather skip those matches because, as you rightly pointed out, their nightmares have begun. It is. They are getting reminded of 72. They are getting memories of March 7th May. They are getting memories of all kinds of things, and it is something that it is rather laughable. The way their the way their mentors all go ballistic before a match, that we are going to win, we are going to do this, we are going to do that, and once the match ends, it is all silence. It is all that it wasn't our day. It is never their day. It is always this
Interesting.
one
I'm
thing.
seeing the Sony Live studio. I see Manjrekar over there. I see Ravi Shastri over there. I see Sanjana Ganesan, who's obviously the host over there. I don't see any Pakistani experts sitting in that studio. We had Wasim Akram previously as well. I don't know what the reason is. I don't want to preempt anything, but it looks like they're pretty much going home. And what happens after they go home is only something that the PCB has to worry about, because you're now talking about 3 matches that they've played against India, and they've lost all three in a multilateral tournament. I don't think that has happened ever before. So I'm going to pull out more of these statistics for you as well. But we are now watching these fall of wickets for Pakistan. I am sure if they just played it real time, it could fit into an Instagram reel, because that's how quickly they lost their last wickets. Here, Yash showing us that on the screens as well. Saibzada Farhan and Fakhar Zaman, where they started, obviously we thought like it was an easy 190-200 score. Saibzada Farhan playing really well as well, giving them credit where it's due. He fell at 84 to Varun Chakravarti. Then you had Sam Ayub and Fakhar Zaman, who took it, literally dragged them on for three more overs. Then look at this. Mohammad Aris 114 for 3. Fakar Zaman 126 for 4. Then 131 for 5. Then Salman Agha 133 for 6. Then Shaheen Afridi 134 for 7. Then Fahim Ashraf 134 for 8. Then Haris Rauf 141 for 9. And then Mohammad Nawaz 146 for 10. This doesn't look like a Pakistani middle order, by the way. This looks like maybe Zimbabwe, or I don't know. I can't even say Bangladesh and Afghanistan anymore. They have a very good middle order. At least Afghanistan does. Look at this, and you think the crisis in which Pakistan cricket is, because you thought you're going to be replaced. The problem was Babar Azam and Rizwan. I am thinking now they should be probably brought back in, because you don't even have to worry about strike rates anymore. You just have to worry about finishing those 20 overs, as you can see on your screens. Kabir, you must have watched the game, obviously. Did you, by chance, miss, sort of 10 minutes and 15 minutes and think, what is happening over here?
That actually happened to me. I was watching the game. I was seeing the Pakistani players did the openers doing really well, and then all of a sudden the innings was just converted into a highlight. I was seeing, they lost 8 wickets in just under 30 runs, and that is ridiculous, even for the Pakistani standards. It does not seem like they were even trying. They were throwing away their wickets, is what I'm trying to say, and it all
Absolutely.
just happened so quick.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just, sorry, I interjected you there because I just want to make a small point. My apologies. Wasim Akram is in the Sony Live studio, but I wish I could show you his face. He's been from an era where Pakistan won the World Cup. He's been from an era where the two best bowlers in the world were all both Pakistani, him and Waqar Younis. He's now watching this team and thinking, "Oh my God, what happened to my country?" And that might just not mean cricket. We're going to put more statistics on air as well for the benefit of our viewers, because our teams both here and in Dubai, with Sunil, who joined us earlier, have taken a lot of efforts in putting these stats together. Now talk about 50 plus scores in T20 finals. Gautam Gambhir, T20 World Cup 2007. Virat Kohli, T20 World Cup 2014. Shikhar Dhawan, T20 World Cup 2016. Rohit Sharma in that Nidahas Trophy in 2018. Virat Kohli 2024 World Cup, T20 World Cup, no one forgets. It's fresh in our memories. That was a special innings. But now Tilak Verma, T20 Asia Cup 2025. I'm gonna first come to Yash and first come to you, Kabir, then come to you, Kabir. Yash, which one of these were your favorites?
So my favorite Virat Kohli T20 World Cup 2024 has to be it hands down has to be my favorite because imagine you've just it is it is a cricketer's dream to win a World Cup, and Virat Kohli has now won two. So it is not just a T20 World Cup. It is also the 2011 World Cup. So it is just amazing. It was an amazing innings, and for Tilak Verma, such a young lad, to be in this list with the likes of Rohit Sharma, with the likes of Virat Kohli, Shikhar Dhawan, it 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 really showed. Tilak Verma really pulled up today, and the his innings was the one that settled India into a comfortable win. Otherwise, it would have been neck to neck. It would have been a very close match. But his knock settled us into a smooth win.
Absolutely, Yash. You were absolutely right there. I think Tilak Verma's 50 pretty much tops all of these. Kabir, Gautam Gambhir in that initial 2007 World Cup was a special innings as well, because guess who the opponents were? It was Pakistan. But that was a T20 World Cup final. Pakistan, yes, has reached a 2021 World Cup final where they were absolutely battered by England. But with this team, I don't know when that happens next. Shikhar Dhawan's T20 Asia Cup final obviously was a special innings as well. Kabir, for you, which one of these stands out the most for you now?
Well, it was definitely the Virat Kohli's inning in the T20 World Cup 2024. There are some moments that are egged in your memories. forever. I still remember the shot, the six that he hit on Haris Rauf, and the crowd goes wild after that. That is one moment
This
when I'm still talking about that.
this 50 that we are talking about, Kabir, by the way, was the one against South Africa in the final, where
Okay.
he scored 50 plus in the first uh, uh, first innings. But I can get why got confused by that, because we all remember what he did to Harris Roth. And yes, if
Exactly.
that was in the list, that was hands down the most favorite as far as this list is concerned. Sadly, that one's on not on the list. So do you think Tilak Verma one beats all of them?
Yeah, certainly. Because while I was very young when I saw the Gautam Gambhir played that inning in the 2007 World Cup, and especially I remember only the last over, the catch that Shishan took that led us to the victory. But Tilak Verma's inning today, it was an exceptional. It is an exceptional because the players that are mentioned in the list, Gautam Gambhir, Shikhar Dhawan, they are very seasoned players. They had a ton of experience of tournaments like this. They had played cricket for a very long time, but this young lad at just 22 took the victory away from the Pakistan. At one time, when India lost 2 wickets at the score of 10, I was really tense, and I think many people were worried that what is going to happen to the team. But the way this man showed up, I think that this inning is going to be remembered for a very long time.
Absolutely. Very interesting point made by you. You talk about all these players, possibly, only one who who would be playing his first major final would have been uh, Tilak Verma. Gautam Gambhir, yes, 2007 was the first breakout final for India. So, but he was experienced at that point of time. Yes, this is one of the highlights of the day, a complete bowling performance. Considering the fact that we went with only four out and out bowlers, I think they did their jobs. Kuldeep Yadav, 4 wickets, Varun Chakravarti, 2 wickets, Akshar Patel, 2 wickets, Jasprit Bumrah, 2 wickets as well. We're going to be pulling out more statistics before we go to back to Yash and Kabir as well. There you go. Something that is not very positive, but I feel the fact that Surya Kumar Yadav is lifting the Asia Cup is more important than this statistic, because least runs by an Indian captain in multinational T20 tournament, 72 in 6 innings for Surya Kumar Yadav, barring that one against Pakistan, the first innings where he scored that 40. I think it's not that encouraging. Here is something that is very, very interesting, because before this over, Kuldeep Yadav, I think, had 1 wicket for about 26, 28 runs in 3 overs. In fact, for 30 runs, if I'm not wrong, or 29 runs, 1 wicket, and 3 overs were before this particular over. And here's how he bowled this one. First wicket, first ball wicket, second ball no run, third ball wide, fourth ball wicket, fifth ball no run, sixth ball wicket. This was how we wrapped up the Pakistan innings. This is not where the turning point was. For me, the turning point was Fakhar Zaman's wicket. But this over shows us why Kuldeep Yadav is Kuldeep Yadav. Even without the cha in the cool, he still retains the cool factor, and he has completely turned around this game on his own. Let's look at more statistics before we, come back to our discussion, because the numbers really tell you the story more better than any one of us can. So there you had it. Kuldeep Yadav, one major reason for this particular victory as far as India is concerned. This again a slightly worrying statistic, but I just want to make a point before we move ahead from this slide. Rather, I know a lot we are not very impressed by the way Surya Kumar Yadav played, at least batted, but I think in terms of his captaincy, he has pretty much made up for it, because he has been the figure that has kept his cool in very difficult times as well. He's taken a stand, a very firm stand, which has been appreciated by all of us. But here is, just to read out the statistic for the benefit of our viewers, the lowest score by Indian captain in T20 finals: one, Surya Kumar Yadav was Pakistan today; 4 runs, Dhoni versus Sri Lanka in 2014; 6 runs, Dhoni versus Pakistan 2007; Rohit versus South Africa in 2024. Last year, obviously, Dhoni versus Bangladesh in 2016. Rohit then obviously being the highest in this case. But Kabir, the point that I was making is pretty much this. Look at the names that stand besides Surya. Dhoni, He might have failed in the finals, but he lifted a 2007 trophy. Yes, he missed out on the 2014 one, but 2007 was won by us. The Rohit in 2024 was won by us, right? So you talking about, you know, a captain having his influence much more than just it being with the bat. I know, you know, we would obviously in an ideal situation want the captain to be leading from the front in terms of his scores as well. There was a lot of question on mark on whether Surya Kumar Yadav will be continuing after this in T20 cricket as the captain. For me, he should, because I think the what we've built here matters more than what, you know, his statistic boards say, because he has been the glue in this very new, him and Hardik for me have been the glue in this very new side. Obviously you have Bumrah as well, which have ensured that we have a smooth transition from the era of Kohli and Rohit all the way to now Abhishek Sharma, Tilak Verma, and everyone else as well. So, Kabir, a few words on Surya Kumar Yadav's captaincy. What do you think was a miss? What do you think was, you know, something that he really did well? Okay, I believe we've lost Kabir there for a second as well. But you know, here is another important statistic. India has now won the Asia Cup for the ninth time, obviously retaining the trophy again. As far as the Asia Cup is, you know, concerned, Pakistan has won it just thrice. India has now won it 9 times. The ninth win now coming in, obviously today, a very very special victory. India obviously is the most successful Asia Cup team. Most wickets, Kuldeep Yadav registering his name on the board as well. Most runs, Sanat Jayasuriya. So that is something that will take some time to beat. Remember, viewers, this is now a 20 over tournament. It's not 50 over tournament, so it's going to be very difficult to break that record. Who knows? Abhishek Sharma might just do it, because he's definitely going to be playing 3 4 more T20 tournament. That in itself would be an insane achievement. But talking about most wickets in the Asia Cup in a single tournament, I think Kuldeep has now surpassed Ajanta Mendes. Eh, 17 wickets in 2025 for Kuldeep Yadav. Number two, Ajanta Mendes, that absolutely nightmare of a tournament that he had in 2007, where he took away 6 wickets of the Indian lineup and we collapsed in 2007. Number four, Irfan Pathan, 2004. What's the most interesting for me is who is number four in this. Sachin Tendulkar in 2004, 12 wickets. If we, I mean, we talk about 2004, we are talking about 2025, 21 years on, and he finds his name in such a statistic board is something that's absolutely insane. Obviously, Ahmed Javed being taking 12 wickets as well. We've, I think, spoken enough about Kuldeep Yadav. I think he's going to be very vital to this Indian team lineup. Do you have more statistics, Yash?
The
Oh,
most interesting one.
the most interesting one. So for those who obviously are haven't seen cricket that much and are wondering who Saim Ayub is, Saim Ayub was brought into this side because of his performances in the PSL. Okay, he is known as someone who is a fearless cricketer, you know. But I mean, here is his performance in the Asia Cup 2025. This, you know, people in Pakistan, experts in Pakistan would be looking at this and wondering what was wrong with Babar Azam if this is what our fearless cricket looks like. We're talking about 0 2 0 0 0 1 4 2 1. It looks like a mobile number of someone uh, living here in Delhi. But this is absolutely unimpressive. You know, you might want to give him some more chances considering how young he is. But can Pakistan really afford to, you know, do any more experiments? Because was the biggest one that they were supposed to do. They've had, let's not be confused about it, they have had a shocker of a tournament with the bat. Okay, except Farhan, I think no one has stepped up. Fakar didn't step up. No one played their part. The middle order was absolutely shambolic. And here is someone who you thought might be replacing the likes of Rizwan and Baba, and look at his statistics. So Yash, uh, Saim Ayub, obviously we're going to not just going to be talking about him, but we're going to be talking about the future of Pakistani cricket. Do you see any hope in there?
I mean, Saim Ayub was supposed to be the hope. He was supposed to be Pakistan's, if I'm not wrong, he was supposed to be Pakistan's Rishabh Pant. He was supposed to be Pakistan's Hardik Pandya, who, you know, who rose to the opportunity, who picked up, big hits, who gave them big innings, and he was quite impressive in the tournaments. He was quite aggressive with his bat. He had a good form. He played quite well, but Asia Cup just I mean, statistics can say it much better than what I can. They show us how he performed and how Pakistan's middle order has been crumbling. I mean,
Absolutely. We've
it is not
managed to ruffle.
nothing new.
Sorry, just to interject you there, we have managed to ruffle a few feathers as far as the comment section is concerned, because you have GK Daily, who I believe is might be a fan from Pakistan watching. He's saying that Saim Ayub is a superstar, Saim superstar. Haris Rauf best bowler, Salman Ali Aga beast of a captain. No, this looks like an Indian who's uh, taking having some fun in the comment section as well. I mean, GK, you can make fun of them to a point. After a point, what's the point? So we're going to be looking at more such statistics, obviously, of the Pakistan team coming up. Obviously, it's all not all negative. It's some positives that we'll have to really scrape out of this performance of the Asia Cup. But yeah, Farhan is someone who has obviously shown us that there is some hope in there, because he was the one who played with the right intent. He played well today as well. I think he's been the standout performer in the Asia Cup. You talk about bowling, Haris Rauf, a complete disaster. Yes, in the spin department, you have some hope. You have Saim Ayub himself. You have Abrar, who has a weird celebration, but with the ball, he's effective. You then have Shaheen Afridi, who was getting smashed at the start of the tournament. He found his way back in a way in the end as well. So, but as a bowling unit, Kabir, you talk about days when Shoaib Akhtar, Wasim Akram, Wakar Yunis, Umar Gul, even Umar Gul, to even Mohammad Amir and the likes of Naseem Shah, Shaheen when he came in as well. Now you see their bowling lineup. Where do you rate them in the world of cricket? Where do you think they are placed?
As I said before, that it is quite ironical for the Pakistani cricket because they were known in the cricket for their bowling, and especially the pace bowlers. Those who at that time they used to bowl over 140, and that was a big deal back then. And from then onwards, it's just a down track in the Pakistani bowling line, and they really need to introspect that. Sri Lankans did a very better job with the ball in the previous match when they played against India. Bangladesh did also a very good job in the bowling line. They also performed very well in the tournament. But the Pakistani lineup was not impressive at all. I mean, it's not just that they were not able to perform against India, but they were not able to, create an impact that is usually expected from a Pakistani bowling lineup in this tournament. So this is really a moment for introspection for them.
Absolutely, it is a moment of introspection for him. If you ask me, I feel that even the Bangladeshi bowling lineup is slightly better than him in the T20 circuit, at least, because you're talking about Mustafizur, who's very effective as well. Talking about Robel, who's very effective as well. Uh, it's probably very much at par. If you talk about, if obviously if they play somewhere like in Australia, they have the superior lineup compared to Bangladesh. But in Dubai, especially, I don't think there's any difference between the two. Okay, Yash, pulling out more statistics for us, and here is one positive that I was talking about as far as Pakistan is concerned. Their opening stand, and it in fact tells you, in fact, that they should have not finished at, even if there were no lights in the stadium in Dubai, they had no right to finish at just 146, because they were 84 for no loss at the end of the ninth over. Fakar Zaman and Saifzada Farhan, obviously highest partnership against India in tournament finals. You had Gulbuddin Naib and Shahidullah, obviously in that famous Asia Cup 2023 final when we played Afghanistan. Quinton de Kock, Tristan Stubbs in Barbados in 2024. looks like, and then Kumar Sangaran and Thisara Pereira as well for 56. But if you look at the top three, looks like if India is to win a trophy, we need to let their opening batsman play, because in all these circumstances, it was actually India who won the ended up winning the game and the trophy as well. So Fakhar Zaman and Saibzada Farhan, you obviously Saibzada Farhan needs to sort of cool it down as far as his attitude is concerned, but he's a decent player that Pakistan has found in all the misery and in all the dust and dirt that surrounds him.
I mean, this is, yeah, you very pointed out very right. He, as a player, he has he has really shown who he is, and Pakistan really has a gem on them on their hands. But if a one-off performance doesn't make you a Rohit Sharma or a Virat Kohli, a one-off performance doesn't make you, even for that matter, it doesn't make you a Babar Azam. He has been this partnership was something that was holding Pakistan together until ninth over. They were looking like they were aiming at somewhere near 180, 190, a very easy tight a score if they would have managed to survive this partnership. But once one of them went down, it just the whole team went just like this. Bumrah showed us. It went after ninth over. It was done.
Absolutely, it was a literal collapse, as Yash put there as well. We're going to be putting out more of these statistics for you throughout the day tomorrow as well, throughout the night today as well. But now you obviously play West Indies, but the next big thing is going to be something that's been evading us for a really really long time, and that is the ODI World Cup that we play in 27. Okay, so Kabir and Yash, I'm going to now ask you very, 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 very tough questions as far as that is concerned. Kabir, uh, do you think that Abhishek Sharma and Tilak Verma have to be brought into the ODI setup as well? It's a very tough question. Remember, I'm gonna before you answer that question, remind you that you have also Yashasvi Jaiswal, who's been knocking the doors. In that ODI World Cup team, you obviously have KL Rahul who comes in. You have Shreyas Iyer who comes in. You have Rishabh Pant who comes in. It's a good problem to have, a problem of plenty, because you now telling you obviously now have very competent teams in all the three formats, or not necessarily interlinked. To everyone who's an Indian cricket fan, I can't tell them how big an achievement that in itself is, to now having segregated teams across three formats. Usually we used to see just one or two players be doing that. Now I'm seeing 6 7 different players as in different formats. But Kabir, the difficult question for you: do we need to bring Abhishek Sharma and Tilak Verma into the ODI setup?
Well, very rightly put, and I think yes, that it is a very right time to bring this young player in the ODI series. As you have said that we have a very difficult competition in the team as well. But I see it as a healthy competition. It promotes you to play better cricket, to be better, and to score good runs for the team. Also, during the 2011 World Cup, Virat Kohli was very young in the team where it was surrounded by all the legends, very experienced seasoned player. But you cannot have experienced player unless and until you give them the exposure and the experience. And Tilak Verma, Abhishek Sharma are going to be the future of the Indian cricket team. So I think it is the right time to put them in, to just to play their game and to make them habitual of what these kind of high pressure tournament feels like.
Absolutely. Well, the highlight there being India winning the Asia Cup for the ninth time, beating Pakistan thrice in a single tournament. That is music to our ears after having demolished them earlier as well. This, by all means, is going to be the image of the day. Okay. And we're going to be now, for the rest of the stream, putting that image full frame, because that is what we want everyone who's joining the stream to be watching. That's that is Pakistan. That is Pakistan cricket. That is Harris Rauf's career after this as well. Yes, but coming back to the same question, do you think we should bring Abhishek Sharma and Tilak Verma in the ODI setup as well?
I would very simply agree with Kabir. It Abhishek Sharma is a great addition. You've
We seem to have lost Yash there for a second, but very, very, very important win there for India. And
Am I audible?
it's you're audible. Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So I was just saying that Abhishek Sharma has been very crucial for Indian team as an opener. He has, I mean, I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, but he has very rightfully replaced Rohit Sharma. He has been trained by the best. He has proved his position. He has shown us what he can do in those high pressure situations. So it is a good addition. Getting him into the ODI team, it is a very good addition.
Absolutely. But for now, this night for all Indians is going to be one to celebrate because we've just won the Asia Cup. We have completely demolished Pakistan thrice in a single tournament. I can't stop re-emphasizing on that. As Surya Kumar Yadav puts it, it's not a rivalry anymore. It's just one of the teams that you're playing, and that is something that we've shown on the field as well now. The rest of the night, I'm going to leave you guys to now watch how Pakistan is reacting to this because it's going to be absolutely hilarious. We can watch Newsx all day tomorrow because that is going to be the center of our focus as well to show you how that entire country is reacting. Number one, to the image that is on your screens. It's going to be something worth watching for a lifetime. The reactions that are going to be coming in on Jasprit Bumrah and his celebration. But what I can absolutely say with conviction is that there's going to be a lot of meltdown. There's going to be a lot of TVs broken, and there's going to be a lot of galis for the PCB, for
Like
Mohsin
they always
Naqvi,
are.
for Mike Hassan might be let go, but Salman Ali Aga as well. One of the people who's going to be laughing watching this is going to be Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan because they were thrown out of the team, and you told them that they had no intent in the shorter format. Well, at least they played 20 overs, is what they might tell you. So, okay, but on that note, we'll be shutting this live stream and this live reaction, episode for you guys. Obviously, we'll be back whenever India play cricket next. It's going to be against the West Indies as well. For more coverage, you can always watch Newsx on television and on YouTube because tomorrow is going to be a day full of celebrations. We're going to be speaking to the families of these players. We're going to be speaking to their coaches, their friends. But it's going to be a day full of celebration for all us Indians. Let's not be mistaken about that. The fun of beating Pakistan in the final in the Asia Cup and also beating them thrice in a single tournament is something that you need to absolutely be there to enjoy. Thank you, Yash and Kabir, for joining us in this late night
Thank
telecast.
you. Thank you. It was
Uh,
Absolutely.
we let you go with replicating what Jasprit Bumrah did, and we shut this stream.